It's the Voice Coach podcast with me, Nick Redman, your own personal voice geek, ready to guide you through getting the most out of your speaking voice. If you use your voice for a living as an actor, podcaster, voice artist, speaker, or presenter, then this is the podcast for you. Let's crack on. Hello there, thanks for coming back. I'm back. I don't know why I feel like I'm back, because I never went anywhere. Maybe it's because it's the first sort of episodes heading into the autumn, the summer is over, we've survived. That's my plumbing. I'm not going to worry about it. These things happen. This episode is inspired by someone who bought the voice deck, actually, my little voice warm-up card deck. So they bought it and then they posted on Instagram about how they'd used it to prep for having to do an interview because they work in PR. And it got me thinking about all the times I'd been interviewed on podcasts or on panels or for a press opportunity on the radio or whatever, and how what you need is something like super quick and easy that focuses on, well, I think these three things: grounding for controlling the adrenaline. And by grounding, I mean connection to the floor and stability. Tension release to counteract the impact of nerves and that kind of scary nerves feeling we get. And then thirdly, clarity of speech to help your articulators keep up with you when you're answering all the questions in that kind of tense, unnatural environment and getting all passionate and excited. Well, maybe that's just me. When I get interviewed, I get very passionate, I'm very excited, and sometimes I feel like I'm going to trip up over my words. So here you go. This episode is quick vocal warm-ups for just before you're interviewed or speaking on a panel or talking to the press. Or even showing up on Instagram to do a wee live for your community, whatever. So here we go. I have got 5 things for you to do to warm your voice up dead quick before you're interviewed. Right, number 1, and I'm going to do it. Shake. So if you hear jiggling, it's because I'm jiggling. Shake out your legs. Shake them out. Give them a really good jiggle. One leg, you might need to hang on to the side of something. And then the other leg, jiggle some release into the body. You can do your arms as well. Give a cheeky shimmy. You're getting some release into the body and some of that nervous adrenaline out. You know that feeling, that tingly feeling that kind of buzzes around your body when you're dead excited or nervous. So give them all a jiggle. Get some release in and the adrenaline out. Then once you've jiggled them, and I would go quite vigorous until you feel a little bit out of breath as well. Gets the breath going too and energizes the breath. Jiggle, 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 and then gently just stop. Plant your feet on the floor. Feel the tingle. Focus on that lovely sensation of like energy and flow and vibrancy in the muscles. And let out a lovely sigh of relief. So that's number 1. Hey, what did you do today? I jiggled for a stranger in a podcast. Exercise number 2. Roll your shoulders with a gentle chewy hum. Now, this is key for targeting the area that we hold most tension in when we're nervous. That's the shoulders and the neck. And also, the chewy hum gets the breath flowing, which settles the nervous system and handles those adrenaline vibes again. And the hum also gets the vocal folds closing really well, really easily and really efficiently for clear, less nervous, shaky sounding. Do you know that kind of sometimes out of breath, nervous, shaky thing you get when you're excited or nervous? Well, doing this helps reduce that kind of nervous, shaky sounding voice as well. Of course, always drink. Number 3 then I'd move on to is gliding this hum up and down your vocal range. Nice and easily. But again, that continues with the important work that you would be doing on breath regulation by encouraging you to breathe in because you'll have used the breath to make the glide. But it also encourages variety and range in the pitch so that when you're asked that big important question, you can express all you need to in your answers. Right, number 4, slug tongue. It's a classic, but it's a goodie. You're going to stick your tongue out on the lower lip like this. And I'll take it back in to explain the rest of the exercise. I do that every time with slug tongue. You're going to speak through anything you want, really. Something mindless to start with is good, like days of the week, colours, months of the year, whatever. But eventually what you can do is also speak through like the first hypothetical answer you might give to a question, or if you're given a speech that is already prepared for a podcast or something, then you could speak through the first paragraph of that. So slug tongue out, tongue out like a slug. Your slug is not, your tongue is not literally a slug. Just stick your tongue out and I'll stop trying to explain it. Tongue out. And I'm going to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And then I might go, hi, yes, thanks for having me. My name's Nick. I help people with spoken voice. I'm a podcaster and a voiceover artist. And it's delightful to be here on this panel. Stick your tongue back in. Wipe away the saliva. Just notice how lovely your tongue feels. It feels big, it feels free, it feels open. And then the final thing I would suggest is underwater speak. Again, it's another exercise with a focus on articulation release, but it also brings in breath regulation and vocal fold use. So you're going to take your finger, like point your pointy finger, the first one next to your thumb out, put it across your lips horizontally, like as if you were going to use your finger as a fake moustache to do an impression of, I don't know, someone with a moustache. And then you're just going to waggle your fingers up and down through your lips. I'm sure you've done this as a kid. And the first thing you can do is just a single note. Second thing you can do is a nice pitch glide again for that variety and expression. And the third thing you can do, once again, is speak through what you're going to say. Thanks so much for having me on this panel. My name's Nick. I'm a voice expert, I'm a podcaster, I'm a voiceover artist. I'm ready for your questions. And then just take your finger out and notice how your lips feel. You'll probably feel all pouty and gorgeous, like you've just had some Botox or something. But there we go. Give a little blow through the lips as a cheeky little bonus. Lovely. So 5 exercises to help you get ready. We're jiggling the legs, then grounding them and feeling them on the floor. We're rolling the shoulders with a gentle chewy hum to get rid of tension, get the vocal folds going and get the breath flowing. We're gliding up and down the voice range to encourage a bit more variety and expression. We're getting the tongue out and talking so that we're releasing some tension in the tongue to form the sounds you want to form with ease. And then we're doing underwater speak with that mad finger in the lips for articulation focus to release the lips and also work on the breath and the vocal folds. That's it. You're ready to go. Now you just got to wait by the phone for the BBC or your local important news channel to call, ready for your opinion. What more could you want? Oh, wee side note, actually, these are also great exercises for pre-speaking gigs at evening or like more social networking events as well, you know. Now that we're out and about again, it's nice to know that you've got some things to do so that when you're out on the schmooze, you don't do any accidental voice damage when you meet some exciting person that you want to share your story with. So do a cheeky wee warm up before you go out. That's the secret tip there. Or do it in the toilets when you get there. Now, if you want a voice deck for more exercises and inspiration, there are a few more available that I can post out, and I'll put a wee link in the bio there for those. There's loads of exercises in there and you can sort of mix and match. It's really good fun. I'd also like to put out a call for questions and quandaries too, actually. So, do you have a weird voice issue that you can't fix? Oh, I feel like I should do this in a different way. Do you have a weird voice issue that you can't fix for yourself that you'd like me to talk about on the podcast? If so, pop it over to me via my I can't see that through. Look, send me your issues and I'll talk about them. Go to my website, nickredmondvoice.com, and I'll do a wee app on it for you next time, and I'll thank you live on air. How's that? Hey, if you've got the tech capacity, why don't you record the problem, email it to me, and then I'll include the recording in the podcast. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? Hearing yourself. All right, that's it for now. See you next time. Happy interviewing. Thanks for listening to the Voice Coach podcast. For even more tips, tricks, exercises, and general crack, head over to our Facebook community, The Voice and Accent Hub. Thanks again.